What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Cody. We're back. Give people a little time to get in here as usual, and then we'll get started. The travels were good. It's good to be back, though. I always get crypto FOMO whenever I leave, but the market didn't do too much, and I haven't even been like trading a ton recently anyway, so it's all good. It's also like, kind of seems like it's mint nothing season. So haven't been too busy with NFT stuff. Kind of just chilling. But we're seeing some good volatility, so it might be time to start trading a little bit more. We'll see. Give me just a second and we'll get started. All right, let's jump into it. So this is the overall range Bitcoin has been in for a long time now. Obviously, this is a macro range, so we do expect Bitcoin to like trade in this for a long time because it is a higher time frame chart and range high, range low, sweep the range highs. Now we are trading in the bottom half. We've had some good mid-range interactions throughout this process, and we're starting to face resistance quite a few times here, around 44 to 46K. I know it doesn't tag that level exactly, but that general area. We also have the yearly open, which lines up pretty well with the mid-range. If we zoom in a little bit, we are also within, I would say, this, give or take. When I streamed, what was probably a week ago, 8 days ago, because today's Wednesday, probably the Tuesday stream when Bitcoin was around here, I was talking about how bullish I would be if we actually are able to break out of this lower time frame, which actually isn't like a super low time frame range. Let's call it the daily range, and get above the weekly range, weekly mid-range. That would cause me to kind of go into full bull mode again, at least up and towards like 56K, something like that. So a nice like $10,000 move. If we flip the yearly open, I would be expecting anywhere between 56 to 60K as a target. TradingView moved these undo and redo arrows, and it's kind of messing with me. Oh well. So that macro thesis is still intact. There was a lot of panic recently. This dump was part of it, where the U.S. government said they were gonna, Biden said he was signing an executive order about crypto. That came out today, and it was not bearish. I think people expected it to be very bearish, and it wasn't. So I think that's part of the pump today. But I mean, the reasons behind every pump isn't necessarily the most important thing. Like I think it can be fun and helpful to talk about narratives, but it doesn't change everything. But I mean, it's good to see some strength in the market again, because I mean, this is a 4-hour chart. We were pretty much down only with like no bounces whatsoever for like 6 days, almost 7 days, depending on where you start this from. So just about a week of down only since this pump. So it's good to see some buyers stepping in. Luna literally hit an all-time high today, and I did want to talk about Luna because in the last stream on Thursday, I talked quite a bit about how like we were identifying relative strength, and we were using the yearly open as a metric for identifying relative strength. Atom and Luna were what I said were like the two strongest in my opinion, and that on pullbacks, those are the coins that you want to buy. And if you kind of scan through this list, Luna up 17%, Atom up almost 10%, are two of the big gainers. Obviously there's some more, like Rune is up 20%. Congrats to Rune buyers. And let's see, SNX is up 18%, but I mean, this is not relative strength by any means. Sure, they're having a good daily candle, but if we compare again with where the yearly open is, they're still pretty far. Where's the other one? Pretty far below that, right? So we identified Luna and Atom as two of the strongest coins compared to the rest of the market. Atom has since broken down from the yearly open and is currently below it, but it's not too far, especially when you compare it with some other stuff. Like FTM needs to almost double to get back up there. You don't even want to know where Sol's yearly open is, 170. So it actually needs to double to get back up there. Bitcoin, not too far, but Bitcoin should always be holding up a bit more steadily than the rest. Ethereum, way up here. So you get the idea. And that's like played out pretty well, because if those were the two coins you were focused on, you caught some great bounces, Luna specifically. So we were looking at this daily demand. The level had great confluence with this SR level. Resistance here, it was support, resistance, broke back above, support, broke below. Like, it's been a pretty pivotal level that we broke through, created demand right around that level. Nice breakout, retest into the demand, and boom, Luna has absolutely been churning ever since. Went as high as almost 40% up. Right now it's up like 32. So, and that's all because we identified relative strength. Interested in shorting Luna? I don't want to short the strongest coin, but like, it wouldn't shock me if it pulled back a bit, but I'm not really interested. I do think if Luna, like, it would be a heck of a long if it comes back to the yearly open. I don't necessarily think that would happen. I think it's more likely that this consolidation kind of holds, something like that. But actually, that would not be too bad at all. But yeah, I wouldn't short it here. It did sweep previous all-time highs, right? Well, so far. But that's not enough for me to want to fade the strongest coin on the market right now. So it's just personal preference. Also, forgot to do this at the very beginning. Shout out Bybit. They are the sponsors of this stream. Because of them, we can do these twice a week completely for free. So if you're interested in supporting the stream, there's a Bybit link down below that you can sign up with. All right. I don't know, short from and long 86, just an idea. So here's the thing. Just because I'm interested in longing this level, it doesn't mean I think or I have high conviction that that's gonna happen, right? Luna could just as easily do this and then keep going up. So when I'm looking at areas to buy, like when I was interested in buying Luna, longing Luna here, I wasn't shorting it right here because it just as easily could have bounced from the yearly open and gone up. It took the entire market nuking. It took equities absolutely pooping the bed for this to actually get down to that level. So when we're like planning out trade ideas, it's like if-then scenarios. If Luna gets down to here, I'm bullish on it. I would want to see it get there, and I would be interested in longing. That doesn't mean I can say with a high degree of confidence that Luna is going to go down here. The high conviction play is that if it goes down here, if it tests that yearly open, give or take, then I have high conviction that it will push up from there, right? How does one get a friend into the Discord? I will drop a Discord link in the chat during the stream, and it'll probably be active for like an hour. So if he's around right now, he can get in, or when I drop that link. And if he's not around, then let him know to tune into a future stream, and that I usually drop invite links in stream chats. I'll just do it right now. This invite link is active for 1 hour. If you have a friend that wants to join, you can shoot them that link. So the market's in a pretty interesting spot here. SPX having a good day. The weekly isn't looking too bad. We're getting a good amount of absorption in this weekly demand. Swept this low, retested it, a little triple tap there. We'll see if this can flip to some bullish market structure, because I mean, it has been bearish market structure. So we have a potential higher low here, right there. I could do it like this, but for us to see a shift in structure, we would need a break above this high. If we do that, then I would say this trend is over, and either we move into a ranging environment, which could be just as likely, right? So if we start doing something like this and maintaining these lows but not necessarily breaking out, then you'd be looking at a ranging environment here. But if we're able to hold this higher low, break this high, right, make a new higher high, and then put a higher low in somewhere around here, that would be a shift in structure. And a lot of the times, Bitcoin and crypto are pretty correlated to equities. It's not like an exact correlation, but sometimes there is a pretty strong correlation there. They don't need to move together perfectly, but like if the S&P is going to do this, crypto's probably not going to do that, right? Probably. You know, obviously crypto's up quite a bit more than the S&P today, and that's pretty typical. So not like a direct one-to-one correlation. However, if equities are bullish, it's good for crypto. All right. How I stake Juno? You just go, you can do it all within your Kepler wallet. I'm not going to pull it up right here, but click on your Kepler wallet. Under the Juno tab, there's a stake button. You just hit that. It'll take you to a Kepler website, and you can stake there. You just pick a node that you want to stake on, and you're set. Yeah, so the problem with NFTs right now is there is not much volume at all. So I haven't really minted anything in a while. What catalyst do I envision? Time. And people understanding what it does. No, people ask me about my Xenobots every stream. I sold them. Neta is very cheap right now. This market cap is super low. Also, compared to other stuff, Juno has recovered incredibly well. Any secondary plays I'm looking for? I'm still very bullish on the Dragons. Haven't sold a single one. So, you could buy a baby dragon if you want exposure. You could buy Boku if you want exposure. But that's the NFT I'm most bullish on right now, and not interested in selling any of it. People need to have a little patience. If I say I'm bullish on something and it doesn't move for like a week, they start to panic. I'm not interested in selling Neta for like a year. But, some people see me talk about Neta. They'll buy it like 1,500, sell it like 1,300 because it's not pumping immediately. And then down the road, it'll go to 10K and they'll be like, man, I should have held on to it. So, yeah, I'm going to just be patient. What happened to Zord? I've talked about that a bunch of times. Basically, the dude who I met, who was in charge of it, is not who he said he was. No, I'm not. I don't have my Xenobots. I have been consolidating a lot of my NFTs, selling anything that I don't have as much conviction on, and either taking that money out of Sol NFTs and buying more Juno, or taking it out of or consolidating it into things I'm more bullish on, less projects. When will I get back into trading? Probably pretty soon, actually. Probably pretty soon. Thanks, Patrick. What's the best way to get into NFTs? A lot of people ask this question. I don't think there's a set way that's better than others to get into NFTs. I think you just need to go for it. Do some digging on Twitter, join some Discords, start looking at upcoming projects, join those Discords, see what you like about them, what you don't like about them, keep track of how it plays out, if you were right in your thesis or not. Yeah, Taio's dope. I'm not going to say it's better than the Dragons. They're doing completely different things now. Tom did a great job of reviving them and finishing the old roadmap that was promised, and now they're working on the marketplace stuff. And if the market, if Solport becomes the new main Solana marketplace, yeah, Taio's are going to blow up. You can say it's better than Dragons. I don't really care. I like the Dragons. I have a lot of reasons for it. A lot of people on Sol don't understand the upside of the metaverse and how many Ethereum people care about it. Sol people don't care about metaverse stuff. Ethereum people care about it a lot, and that's where money is. Yeah, it'll give cash back, but that doesn't mean you can automatically just get the market share. Right? Looks Rare could be a better product than OpenSea. That doesn't mean you can just get all their market share immediately. It's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of marketplaces that have failed. And I hope Solport plays out. I think Tom is great for the Sol space. But, Solana Art had first mover advantage. They failed. Alpha Art failed. Digitalize failed. The marketplace industry is tough. It's hard to get all that volume. If Tom can do it, then Taio will blow up. I'm not saying Tom isn't better than the Magic Eden team. It's hard to dethrone what's already been built, though. You know what I'm saying? Even if they offer good kickbacks on fees or whatever, it's hard to take away all that market share. Just like what I said with Looks Rare. They were given so many royalties back to the community, but it still never caught on. OpenSea still has like 98% of the Ethereum NFT volume. Thanks, man. It was solid. Nice to get away for a little bit. A lot of ETH NFT people don't like OpenSea either, but they're still the king. A lot of Ethereum people don't like Bitcoin. I know that's like not as good of an example. I'm just saying, like, it is hard to become like the biggest player in the marketplace. I hope Tom can do it. They have a great product, it sounds like. But yeah, it's not easy to take over all that market share. So, but if they do it, Taio will fly. Like, if everyone is using Solport, if it's the number one Solana marketplace, Taios are going to go crazy. Their floor is going to moon. That's a big if, though. Yeah, we can look at Sol. So, is this weekly? No, it's 3-day. 3-day demand here. Also, people like to compare Taio and the Dragons. They're doing completely different things now, and either of them being bullish is good for the Solana space. So it's weird that people like to make this like rivalry there or something. But it is what it is. 3-day demand. Initial low front ran, swept it, triple tap, retested the low. We got weekly supply here. I know this is a big level, but bear with me. From a pure technical perspective, no, it's not. You don't have to apologize for bringing it up. Taio's been killing it. I mean, I don't think they need to be compared, but like I will be happy if they continue to do well and if they bring in money to the Sol NFT space. Like, that's good for everybody, you know. But yeah, and he's got a great team. If they're successful, it'll be insane. They'll do really, really well. So, not showing like a crazy amount of strength right now. I mean, today's been a good day, up like 5%. To me, this is still just stuck in a ranging environment. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do think Sol will bounce. It's not just like dead. Things can change pretty quickly, right? Put in a couple good candles, get back to like here, everyone on Twitter will be like euphoric again. But from a technical perspective, like, we had this low, swept it, retested it. That's a nice bullish setup right into 3-day demand. I think this has a good chance of pushing up from here. And if it does, I would be targeting around 130 bucks. I'm gonna change this to a range. Right? Range low, range high, sweep the range low, test the mid range, retest the range low. Now you want to see it to start to build some bullish market structure, break above this high, and then you look for a sweep of the range high into weekly supply. All right. So I would say that's kind of the SOL plan. We worried about this Juno whale. It doesn't make me change my investment thesis, really. He has a ton of Juno, but I don't think that'll stop. Like, it doesn't change my thesis. Could it delay some stuff, put some turbulence in the plan? Could he start selling and that's a lot of sell pressure? Sure. But yeah, I wouldn't say it changes my overall view. Would I actually play SOL being one of the weaker alts, or would you rather long others? I think there's other stuff to play, but that doesn't mean you can't play SOL at all. Like, I don't think longing this would be a bad idea. Stop here would be pretty tight. And even though SOL hasn't been showing a lot of relative strength right now, that can change quick. I mean, I wouldn't want to long Luna right now. I feel like you kind of missed the boat on that with the 40% pump right here. You could look for that on a pullback or like after some consolidation, if there's like a continuation play, like sweep this, breakout, something like that. But for now, I don't think there's really anything to do with Luna if you're not in it, so you kind of have to look at some other stuff. Maybe they rotate into SOL, we'll see. But from a technical perspective, SOL doesn't look too bad. I don't want to see the daily close like this, really. I'd rather see it close a bit stronger, but there's still like 5 hours left, so don't need to be too worried about that quite yet. I think if this dips any further, it's a nice long opportunity. Stop loss at like 81 or 80, 81. All right. I will upload it to YouTube. Originally, I had this as my Ethereum range, but I think it's kind of wrong. Reason being, I don't know if I'd necessarily count this as the sweep of the low. I think it makes more sense if that's the mid-range, but I don't know. It's kind of tricky. That's where, I mean, this could kind of be the price leg that we're trading in. Hold up. Might make more sense. Wow. In that case, that was tagged to the T. You can see this general region was resistance all throughout here. I think that makes a little more sense. Kind of similar to Sol. I mean, nice bounce, starting to pull back. I could try and do something where it's automatically uploaded on both. When do I invalidate a supply or demand zone? I would say once they're used or once we're like far enough away from it. Ethereum, we have some really high time frame levels on here. They're both weekly levels. So like a sweep into this demand would be super bullish, and then like if we start trading way over here, you can take this off your chart because price is so far away from it. It would be, from a technical perspective, like if you break it, then it's invalidated. Like technically, right here we have some supply. It's been tagged once already though. And after that first touch, you assume it gets a little weaker, right? Because sell orders that were there, some have been absorbed already. So if we come up here and break above this level, then like this supply is invalidated because all the supply is absorbed, and if you break above it, supply is gone, right? So that would be the technical answer of when it would be invalidated. But then sometimes, like when price is far enough away, I kind of just like hide it off the chart because it's not super relevant. I think it'd be pretty funny if we just see this incredibly bearish candle right here, and then it's followed up by like a bullish candle that gets us to 48K or something like that. People were in shambles when they saw this, and it would be another good example why you shouldn't base an idea off of how one candle looks. Yeah, it definitely would not be the first time. We've seen some horrible looking candles. Like this was an ugly candle, objectively speaking. And it was followed up by the 3 biggest weekly candles on the chart. Maybe. Is this hopium? Probably. I do kind of think, though, if we flip the weekly open, we're going to like 58-ish K. Or sorry, the yearly open. And then it would kind of play out that we get a nice move up after this super ugly candle, so we'll see. The Colts are trading Carson Wentz. Yeah, I'm a Broncos fan, so I'm pretty excited about Russ. Ha. AFC West is gonna bring in a lot of good TV ratings, though. Russ versus Mahomes versus Herbert versus Carr. Herbert and Mahomes. It's gonna be good. It'll be fun, no matter what happens. Also, any team from the AFC West going into the playoffs will have had like such a grinder of a schedule, like just it's such a tough schedule because of everyone else that's in there. So, do you think we can pump despite macro environment involving CPI tightening, war, etc.? Only to a certain degree. Like, can there be bounces? Yeah, absolutely. Are we gonna go into a full-on bull market? Probably not right now, but if the macro environment changes a little bit, then that could kind of propel us. So it's tough to say. There can still be bullishness and bullish moves even in a bear market, right? I mean, like, even if we do start a macro downtrend, like, you can put in a lower high here and then come down, right? I think from a technical perspective, Sol looks solid. Range high, weekly supply lines up nicely. I mean, and the risk to reward on this trade is pretty phenomenal, right? $5.3 to the range high. 6.4 there. You could probably even get away with a stop below here. Then it's 6.65. 8R to weekly supply. I mean, is that just hopium? We'll see. I would maybe try and catch this. Like, if this comes down to like 85 and then a nice bounce up before the daily close a strong daily candle, retested this consolidation before the breakout, it could look good. Hopefully we get that raw airdrop soon. I don't know if anything has happened with that recently, because I had kind of been off for a little while. But I'm bullish on the Cosmos ecosystem for sure. Yeah, the snapshot already happened. Where's Zeus? Does he have any NFT alpha? Yeah, I mean, the Sol NFT market is just in such a lull right now. There's no volume really. So I think you just got to be patient with some NFT stuff. Geckos, I am bullish again on the geckos long term. Under new leadership. Lucid Realms, I'll look into it. Drippies, I think they have a good amount of hype. It's just like we're at a place where it's hard to know how things are going to play out when there isn't much volume. Yeah, I mean, pullbacks are going to happen, man. That's due to the low volume, in my opinion. Floor price doesn't always quantify properly the bullishness or bearishness of a project. Am I risk on or off? That's a good question. I am risk on with my high conviction plays. I am not interested in selling any Juno. I'm not interested in selling Neta. I'm not interested in selling some of my long-term spot. I don't really want to sell, or I'm not interested in selling any dragons. But this is a big but. I'm comfortable holding those things through a drawdown. Right? If we go into a big old pullback. Also, this is starting to look pretty solid. I'm not going to lie, you guys. If it can, maybe this. If we go into a full-on bear cycle or some bearish news comes out, the S&P nukes, we like head to 3,900 or something like that, I'm comfortable holding my Juno, my Dragons, whatever else through the entire thing, because I have a long-term vision on those. I'm not interested in selling Juno for a 2x, for a 3x. So with those things, I'm risk on. I compound my Juno rewards every single day. I'm not taking profit on it. And could that look bad 6 months from now if Juno's down 40% from where it is right now? Sure. But my goal with some things is to just stack more of that coin. I think the Dragons voxels look great. I think from talking to people who are big into metaverse stuff, comparing it to, like, voxel art has to be very specific because it has to be able to be used in the metaverse, like with motion, with things like that. So from conversations I've had with people who are very into the metaverse, because I haven't done too much in that realm yet, they say it's better than 99% of the stuff there, the detail. Is voxel art in general like my favorite style? Not necessarily, but given the parameters that it has to be for sandbox, for metaverse stuff, I think they did a good job. If we get 2018 like bear, what are your expectations for Juno back to single digits? It's hard to say. I don't think, I think we're already seeing it now, where strong alts, certain alts can perform well. Like you mentioned 2018 bear market, right? Bitcoin dropped. 80%. I'm not sure if it's possible, I guess, for us to have. I mean, obviously it's possible. If we go into a full-on recession, who knows? Is a 15K possible? I mean, maybe. That'd be quite the yearly open retest. Throughout a 50% Bitcoin drop, Juno's up 5x. So, like back here, nothing did well during this period of time. But now we're seeing a huge pullback, right? Bitcoin dropped over 50%. And coins like Luna have already tagged all-time highs. So it's just a completely different market dynamic than it was in 2018. So it's hard to say. One thing I will say, yeah, I think Link did all right. There was that one period where Link pumped pretty hard. Oh, well, I mean, let's see. Started really pumping like June of 2019. But that's when Bitcoin was pumping too, so no. I'm talking about this period. Yes, a ton of stuff started pumping here, but that's to be expected. I don't know what chart goes back the furthest on Link. So that dark period, whatever you want to call it, with Bitcoin was around this period of time, I'm pretty sure. But then it was like the ICO phase and stuff like that. Well, there was a lot of that in 2017. But like these tiny coins are gonna, it doesn't take as much buying pressure for them to pump for a little bit. But you guys get what I'm saying. Market dynamics are a lot different now than they were in 2018. I think it's possible that even if Bitcoin pulls back to 20K, like even if this ends up breaking down, sweeping these lows, maybe spending a little time down here before getting above, like I do think it's possible that some alts hold up a lot better than Bitcoin. Not the majority. The majority of alts will get crushed, but certain things might show strength. For instance, Luna. The background music is just some YouTube video I found. There you go. Like here, this is the 2022, January 2022 low. That same low for Bitcoin is right here. It would take like 3 bad days for us to break that. Luna would have to drop like 70% to break that. 60. So, I hate the word new paradigm. I think new environment. It's just a different environment. Like, I think some stuff can perform well when the overall market is not doing well. And Juno has been a brilliant example of that. Let me pull up a... It's not going to be the best chart because it's just on CoinGecko, but if we look at max, it was in the single digits in November, December. Bitcoin was at 60K in November. Since then, Juno has 6x'd. And Bitcoin is still down 30%. Suzu said there will always be a bull market somewhere. Yeah, I think that's possible. How long have I been in crypto? Since 2017. Did I have a 9 to 5 before actually making it, or how did I make money before? So I got kind of lucky because I got into crypto when I had 2 years of college left. So I got to go through my losing money and learning phase while I was in college and didn't need the money. And when I got closer to being done with college, I was making money from crypto. And crypto has been my primary income since graduating college. How did I learn? A lot of trial and error. Music needs to be a little louder. Turn it up a smidge. A lot of trial and error, and then just spending a lot of time in the space. I make more from spot. Definitely. I mean, there are periods of time where you can make a killing from trading. But like, I bought Sol in the teens. Like in here. And it's a lot easier to hold a spot bag for a 10x than it is to 10x a trading account, in my opinion. How long did it take you to make enough to live comfortably? I feel like that's different for everyone. My wife has very expensive taste. What's my college degree? Finance. %3 is a lot for the S&P 500 on a daily candle. I don't know the last time we had from open to close. Let's see, what was this one? That one's 2.5. None of these are close. None of those were close. This one, nope. Is this the biggest daily candle? Definitely biggest daily candle of the year. No. Man, when was the last time? Oh my goodness. From open to close. Wow. Am I missing something? No. Maybe this one? No. Was it really? Oh, could have been like back here. I don't know. That's crazy though. This candle's no joke. My chart contrast implies I care more about sell candles. I care about all candles. Juno bouncing. I think this has a Juno chart actually as well. View. Nope. My bad. Oh no. How do I go back? Juno stats graph. There we go. Juno price. View. And I can change the time frame on this, can't I? Aha. 90 days. There's your Juno chart. Let's go 30. So let me search now. This looks pretty dang good. I mean, it's consolidation, breakout, right? This range, breakout, range. Alex, that's tough to answer because the crypto market just changes so much. Like in an incredible month, you could double or triple your account. In another one, like I mean, there are just so many variables. What strategy do I use for descaling spot bags? Kind of depends on the bag. Like with Juno, I'm not really interested in taking profit until it's long-term capital gains because then I save like 20%. So sometimes that factors in. Other times, I mean, it depends how you want to manage it. Yeah, short-term capital gains are tough. How can you support me? I don't have an NFT. I don't have a paid community. Skip the taxes. Kepler isn't tracked. That'll change. And if you ever withdraw 20 mil to go buy yourself a nice beach house, you better bet they're going to ask where all that money came from, and you're going to have to answer for every single dollar. So either you pay the taxes now, or you get caught later. I mean, if you only make like 10K from crypto, then you probably don't have to worry about it. But if you want to, like if you make life-changing, crazy money and want to actually do something with it, like you want to buy something, if you ever want to cash out, you're going to have to answer for tax stuff. If you leave it in crypto forever, I don't know what's going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, I need to pay my taxes. Answer for where the money is coming from. Classic boating accident. My boat sunk and my ledger was 750 Bitcoin went with it. See, that's convenient, sold Zobo, because you also happen to make 750 Bitcoin from trading, and so now you're just net break even. You don't have to pay any tax. I'm just kidding. That's not financial advice. Yeah, I use a token tax. And basically you plug in every exchange, every wallet, everything, and it calculates stuff for you. It's a little tedious, like fixing some transactions, but it gets the job done, and I know I have like all my bases covered. Like I probably do more than I need to, but how much does it cost? It depends what package you do. The most expensive package, up to 30,000 transactions, is $3,500. But the one right below that, 20,000 transactions and some other stuff, is $800. So, kind of just depends. What about NFTs and taxes? Yeah, I mean, so technically, when you buy an NFT, like let's say you buy Sol at $100 and Sol's at $150, and you buy an NFT with that Sol, you have to pay the capital gain, that 50% capital gain on your Sol, because you're selling it, you're taking profit on it and putting it in an NFT. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. Makes me want to move to Puerto Rico. Token tax has a good amount of DeFi stuff, but there's Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, some crypto stuff, like there just isn't the infrastructure yet, or like isn't the technology for tax reporting properly. So when it comes to those things, it can be a little tricky. You could just, well, I don't know what you can and can't do. I don't work for the IRS. Some people have told me that if there is no like technology for reporting something in the current tax year, you can just do that the next year. I have not called and asked. I don't know if that's true, Silver HD. I have written GG off as a loss. I think it's done. If it rebounds, great. In crypto, it's actually a little convenient. You can sell something to claim a capital loss and then buy it back immediately. Whereas like in stocks, you have to be out of it for like a month, I think, or it might even be 90 days. So at one point when GG was very cheap, I sold it all and then bought it all back, and I claimed that as a loss. Yeah, exactly. Can you write it off if you don't have an LLC? I'm not sure. I have a business for this stuff. But yeah, I mean, I agree with what Soul Zobo said. Talk with a professional. I'm not a professional. I am also in a similar boat as you guys, like trying to learn this, like crypto tax stuff changes all the time. So, there is a max amount of capital losses you can claim, but that means like an overall, like if you lose 100K on a trade and make 100K on a trade, it's not like, or hold on, if you lose 200K on a trade and make 150K, like your overall portfolio, you lost 50K, you can only claim 3,000 of that. But that doesn't mean like you can only claim 3,000 of the $100,000 loss. That's like your overall net capital gain and loss, but your stuff still like cancels out. So, yeah. One of my other friends told me that, and I was like, or said that. He was like, bro, we're screwed. We can only claim 3K of losses. You're really informed on this subject. I have done a lot of research into the tax stuff, as I have had to be more serious about reporting everything. My first year in crypto, actually my first two, I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, I'm not making money anyway. I don't gotta learn about it yet. But yeah, it's changed. So I don't remember if I answered that question earlier. Someone asked how they could support. I was just about to bring up the Bybit thing again. I don't have an NFT or a paid group or anything like that. I don't want to take any money from you guys. But if you want to support, you can use my Bybit link, and it's fees you would already be paying if you're trading, and a percentage goes to me. But more importantly, like, it helps me keep the stream sponsorship if I'm getting signups and deposits. Like, full disclosure, that's just how it works. If people keep signing up and depositing on Bybit, these streams will not be stopping anytime soon. I've thought about doing an NFT for the Discord, minting it for like super cheap and just giving away all the money to a charity or something, and then paying some people for admin work, and then that way, like, people who help out in the Discord a lot could make money for it. I'm sure Recproof will join eventually. I don't know. I've thought about doing something like that, but we'll see. As of right now, I've got no paid service, nothing like that. But if you really want to support, that Bybit link is pretty much the way to do it. I think I don't know the exact percentage, but yeah, I get a percentage of the trader's fees. It doesn't usually come out to that much unless you're trading with like millions of dollars. But more important part is that we can keep up with the sponsorship and stuff. Forget whitelist grinding. Cause skips the middleman and is making the Discord post to earn. Yeah, the highest level you are. Yeah, we do have some good mods and admin in there. I think I've heard of Accointing as well. I'm sure they're solid too. Basically, I just had a friend tell me about token tax, so I went straight for it. I didn't like look into everything a ton. So, all right, guys, I gotta bounce. It's been a fun stream. It was kind of chill to just talk with the chat and hang out for a while. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to check out Bybit. I will stream again on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Maybe I'll do Friday. And yeah, I'll definitely remember to download, post it on YouTube, and then I'll post in the Discord when that's done. Probably won't tweet the YouTube link, but I'll post it in the Discord. And one more time, there's a Discord link if you're not in yet. It'll be active for an hour from here. So, talk to you guys soon. Peace.